Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto Two Blue Vortex discussion on the fallout from Boruto Two Blue Vortex Chapter 1. And today I want to weigh in on a topic that many people have discussed to a pretty polarizing stance, which is Shikamaru the right choice of being Hokage over someone like Tsunade or Kakashi, both of whom have been Hokage before, or Sakura, someone who Kakashi prepared during the blank period, just like Shikamaru, to be ready to step in should the village actually need it. Since I've already done a video explaining why Kakashi will never return as Hokage during the events of Boruto Two Blue Vortex, I'm going to avoid mentioning a lot of what was mentioned in that video. So as you watch this video and you start thinking of objections or questions, please know that those are most likely addressed in that other video on the channel I just referenced. So jumping right into it, Shikamaru was indeed the best choice out of all the possible Hokage candidates to be the next Hokage. Some of the reason comes down to circumstances, and some of the other reasons just comes down to a very blunt answer that's going to hurt the feelings of a lot of people still stuck in 2017, back when Naruto Shippuden was still airing, which is, it doesn't matter who your favorite Hokage was, from Hashirama all the way down to Kakashi. Just given the circumstances that faces the village right now currently, any of those Hokage would have struggled given what the Hokage right now has to deal with that's on their plate. It's bad enough that you got someone in Code who is now stronger than Jigen, but you have multiple characters running around with power levels that start at that Jigen level tier or higher, which is stronger than any of the threats that any Hokage 1 through 6 ever faced in their lifetime. There's the threat of the Ten Tails army running rampant, which has now been infused with Code's chakra. You have one of your best military assets in Sasuke giving shelter to a perceived killer of the 7th Hokage, and inside of your village you have 3 cyborgs in Kawaki, Damon, and Ada who are stronger than Jigen, and you have Amato playing with Pandora's box by trying to revive the soul of his dead daughter into the body of her clone Delta. And you have to worry about what Kawaki stated in Boruto Naruto Next Generation's manga, which is even Amato is unsure if placing the Karma Seal on Delta will accidentally turn her into another Otsutsuki instead of placing the soul of Abiki into Delta's body, since Delta is a clone of Abiki, Amato's daughter. On top of that, you have Code hunting down Boruto, and if Code finds Boruto before you, he's going to be able to feed him to the Ten Tails and harvest the chakra fruit, which at that point is absolutely game over. That's not walking any ordinary landmine hoping that you don't accidentally step on it. That's walking a landmine that's placed inside of a nuclear weapons storage facility. The explosion that results isn't just some ordinary explosion. It's going to be massive, and it's going to have long-lasting effects. This isn't a situation where force itself is going to be enough to solve the problem, and even if it were, none of those Hokage are taking down a Jigen level threat, let alone several Jigen plus level threats that might even creep up to Ishiki levels of broken, depending on how far above Jigen you believe the characters have actually gotten, given the fact that Code was stated to be stronger than Jigen but weaker than Ishiki, yet Damon was able to neg diff Code like it was nothing. Am I a fan of Shikamaru being Hokage? Absolutely not. I shared my displeasure before, but I can understand the reasoning behind it, both in universe as well as from a narrative perspective. Let's look at the narrative. Shikamaru becoming Hokage was something set up as far back as the Akatsuki suppression arc, where a dying Asuma Sarutobi, someone who was the son of a Hokage, literally told him he had what it took to become Hokage, but said that he probably turned down the position due to him being too lazy and disliking the amount of work that came with the position. Tamari in the 4th Great Ninja War, someone who is the daughter of the 4th Kazekage and the sister of the 5th Kazekage. She even looked at Shikamaru and said that he had what it took to become an amazing Kage one day. Even Kakashi canonically recognized the talent in Shikamaru because he brought him in to work directly under him as Hokage, giving him more work than Shikamaru initially wanted by having Shikamaru oversee the Shinobi Union after the 4th Ninja War, which was the small council of future Kage candidates in the 5 villages who had a Jonin ranking or higher for meetings to discuss matters and solve problems. before they ever made it to the 5 Kage, with the current Boruto era Kage from each village, each having been a member of the Shinobi Union during that time. Kakashi, by the events of Naruto the Last, only made 3 people a Jonin, Naruto being made Jonin as anime filler. Sakura, the person who oversees the Konoha hospital, she was made a Jonin. Sai, the person who was in charge of the Anbu Black Ops and the Konoha police, Sai was a Jonin. Shikamaru, the man who was working his way up the ranks of the Hokage employees to eventually become the advisor before Naruto ever became Hokage, Shikamaru was made a Jonin. Each of these 3 were Jonin before the events of Naruto the Last. Essentially, Kakashi was setting up the pillars of the village's future. Tsunade, is pointless to have her come back into the position, partly due to how long she's been out the job of Hokage, but also most importantly, despite how young she looks, she's actually in her 70s right now. She's older than the 3rd Hokage, and we had hints that there were aspects of the Hokage position that were getting to him due to his old age. Kakashi, without repeating the talking points I had on my Why Kakashi Can't Be Hokage video, Kakashi, for right or for wrong, wears some of the blame that comes from Sasuke seemingly siding with the person who killed the 7th Hokage and helping that murderer escape execution by taking Boruto out the village. That is what the public perceives with Sasuke. Sakura can't do the job because she's the same fruit of the poisonous tree of that scenario, because of the bad optics that will come from her husband having helped the Hokage killer escape. And if she became Hokage, there will be people who question if his wife didn't truly know what her husband was up to, and some people might even wonder, was this a coup attempt? Your only real option was Shikamaru. What are you gonna do? You're gonna put in Konohamaru as Hokage, the guy who is second in only the code and the number L's he's taken in the series, and while he is a prodigy and highly intelligent, Konohamaru's intelligence doesn't compare to Shikamaru's, and Shikamaru has had on-the-job training of being an assistant to Kakashi and advisor to both Kakashi and Naruto for years now. So he was the right choice. By taking it a step further, when we look at what we know for certain, the feudal lord's value when it comes to choosing a Hokage in universe, Shikamaru was the right choice. Back when Kakashi was being put up to replace Tsunade as Hokage, and before Danzo got himself nominated into that position, we saw exactly what the feudal lord takes into consideration, which is they look at the clout that comes from that person's name, they look at their individual accomplishments, they look at their clan name, and they look at the prestige of their sensei tree. Shikamaru is someone who took over the strategy for the Shinobi Alliance after Madara and Obito destroyed Shinobi HQ. He was someone who made his legend for all the on-the-spot ideas and plans that he came up with in the war, and due to being so close to Kakashi and Naruto, the recognition of his name is there as well, as being the son of a former strategist who advised the other Hokages is something that holds weight. He was one of the few Konoha shinobi who actually killed an Akatsuki member, with it even being more impressive when you realize powerful shinobi from other villages failed to do the same thing that Shikamaru did when Shikamaru killed Hidan. His sensei was Asuma, someone who was a bodyguard to the former feudal lord that we saw in Naruto Shippuden, and you can believe that Madoka Ikkyo, the current feudal lord that we have in Boruto, who is also the son of that feudal lord from the Naruto Shippuden era, you can believe that he knows Asuma's name. Asuma was the son of the third Hokage, who himself was a disciple of the first two Hokage. So Shikamaru's sensei tree actually holds some prestige to it, because Asuma is that branch that traces back to Hiruzen, who traces all the way back to the first and second Hokage. Shikamaru checks all the boxes that are looked for. Is he the strongest Hokage? Absolutely not. But power isn't the only determining factor to be Hokage, and the current threats go beyond anything Hokages 1 through 6 could have handled, and it's debatable that Naruto would be able to handle this many threats even if he kept Kurama's power, because Kawaki is a better version of Jigen that is close to Ishiki, and we all saw what happened when Naruto fought Jigen in Boruto episode 204, and we all saw what happened when Naruto tried to fight Ishiki in Boruto episode 216. That boy got waxed by two people who we know with absolute certainty were playing around with them. By Jigen's own words, he said he could have ended the fight sooner, but playing around is a bad habit of his, and Ishiki was close to breaking out a wine bottle out that cellar of his while he was fighting Naruto because of how large the gap was. He was playing around with him. Just based on what is available to Konoha, Shikamaru was really your only and your best option to be Hokage under these circumstances. However, I'm so curious to know what you guys think about this. Was Shikamaru the best choice to be Hokage? Let me know why or why not down in the comment section below.